right, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I got a full house here today. For those of you watching on YouTube, we got Ado, we got Manoug, and we got Gabe.
How we doing?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome,
What's going on?
boys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. This is really exciting and one of the best benefits, I'd say, from being in the studio now, having all these guests. We had George already on that first episode here, and now we got you guys here, and it's for good reason. We're talking NBA today. After I'm so done with the NFLs, so done with the Patriots. That's all she wrote on their season, and we're moving on. Like I said in the last video, they're done, or the last podcast, they're done, and now they're actually done after losing on Sunday. So here come the Celtics, because all of a sudden the NBA season starts tomorrow. Believe it or not, which is like it's
who
really
starts
crazy.
it off? Lakers and
Clippers, Lakers,
Clippers,
and then
Lakers.
Warriors, Nets.
Yeah,
okay.
2 games tomorrow, and then everyone else plays on Wednesday. I think
Warriors,
pretty much.
Nets, huh?
Yeah.
That'll be
It's
fun.
big,
Kyrie's
big,
back.
big, 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 big.
Curry's back.
We have Christmas Day basketball in
Let's
like
go.
4 days.
I can't
Favorite
wait.
day of the year. Dude.
I cannot
It's
wait.
awesome. I can't believe Christmas and the holidays are here. It's crazy.
What a
But
turnaround! That was, well, how long was that? Like 3 months since
Barely,
they played
bro.
again?
Pretty
When was
much,
the
yeah.
finals? October something, right?
Yeah, I think it was 3 months since they turned around. No off season at all.
Nothing.
I mean, that whole Corona break kind of wasn't off.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah, they were trying to figure out for a while, because I know Adam Silver was saying for a little bit there was no chance before 2021, and they might even have not done it in January, the beginning of the season. They were saying February for a little bit there, and then all of a sudden it was Christmas, and then it was like, okay, no, we're just gonna start a few days.
I think they
before Christmas.
realized they needed the money.
Yeah, maybe. Well, the benefit is they get 72 games in now, because no matter what, it's going to be a shortened season.
Yeah.
Whenever they started, but 72 games, it's only 10 less games, and they play 10 games per conference less per each team.
Yeah.
So whoever they'd play originally, they're playing 1 less game each now.
Yeah.
They still play. So the Celtics, for example, still play everyone they would in the West twice, like they normally do. It's just 10 games. So we're really not going to notice.
Plus,
I think they split it up where they haven't even released the second half schedule yet. There's like an all-star break with no all-star game.
Right.
And then finals in July, I think, or something.
That makes sense. Okay, so jumping right into it, I want to do a video like this before I even signed on and joined and started doing videos and podcasts in the studio. I wanted to do a full NBA offseason recap, because I stopped when the Celtics got eliminated, because I'm a Celtics fan. That's what I'm covering here. So I wanted to do a full NBA thing, and we got it. So the offseason was different. Like Manoug said, it was only about 3 months, and there weren't a lot of moves. I wasn't expecting a lot of guys to like re-sign for as long as they did, though. There was a lot of guys re-signing, stars, smaller role players, but they all signed on, it seemed like, for 4 years, max extension. Like, I thought guys were going to take it 1 year at a time at this point with like the whole coronavirus. Maybe they don't want to leave right now and then just wait it out for the shortened season, and then it might go back to normal. But a lot of guys signed on for a lot, like De'Aaron Fox, and I think
all these young guys.
yeah, OG
Mitchell,
Anunoby
Tatum.
just signed today, right before on the way here. So
You got to get your guaranteed money while you can.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I
This
feel like
economy?
right now the markets are so low. If a team is putting out an investment for you for that long, thank you, Phil. Like,
What were you gonna
why
say
not?
now?
Like,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
turn that type of money down. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Especially
I don't
right
think,
now, yeah.
Exactly. Right now is, I think, the big factor of it.
And they're being generous with the amounts.
Yeah, you don't know where the
It's
NBA is
crazy.
going
True.
right now.
That's true. That's
The
true.
future doesn't seem as bright as it used to be.
Facts.
So I feel like they're cashing in before
Right.
it runs out.
So most of the big moves weren't really free agency; it was trades.
Yeah.
And even then, there weren't like a ton of big names. But I'd say the biggest one was Russell Westbrook to the Wizards for John Wall, going back to the Rockets.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're kind of they've been similar players throughout their career. I say John Wall is probably, before his Achilles injuries, he was faster than Westbrook.
So fast.
Yeah, he was one of the fastest guys in the league, but neither of them can really shoot that well, I'd say. So they kind of have that in common. They like to pass the ball. They drive. But for the Wizards, Westbrook is there, and you don't know what you're going to get out of John Wall.
Yeah.
And he clearly wanted his way out of the Rockets.
For
just
me-
like Harden.
For me, like I said to you in the beginning, it's trash trading trash. It's legit the same player. I really feel like that. If John Wall goes back to what he was, it will be Russell Westbrook.
Right.
It's the same exact player.
Right.
The thing is, though, I think the Wizards got the better trade, right?
I think so, too.
Vinny said it right. You don't know what John Wall. He hasn't played competitive basketball for 2 seasons, 3 seasons almost, right? So it's like, okay, you don't know how he's gonna gel with the team. You don't know how he's gonna work with Harden if Harden isn't even there. And also, I think the Wizards have a young core with now
with a leader.
Yeah, a
You have
leader,
2 All-Stars.
and you know what I mean. So it's like, okay, cool. Now you build around that, and you never know what they can be.
And it's not like the injuries were Mickey Mouse injuries.
Yeah.
This kid tore his Achilles and his
Knee
ACL.
surgery.
It's tough
Yeah.
to come back from that.
Yeah,
He looks good, though.
Two of the he does look good though.
There was
He
a
does.
time in that, like, at some point in the NBA where John Wall was being debated as the best player in the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
So it's
Yep.
like,
Dude,
it's crazy.
like fully healthy, he's a problem.
Yeah. And
He's-
now he's back with his boy Boogie and
Exactly.
Marcus Cousins
I like the
on
Rockets,
the Rockets.
if they keep Harden, which
Yeah. It's,
I don't think.
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But the next one I'd say is Drew Holiday to the Bucks for everything that the
Yeah.
Bucks sent back. Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and what was that, like 5
it's like a
first-round
3-team
picks?
deal
Something?
with just
Yeah, it was
too many-
crazy.
It's
crazy.
mad disrespectful when you
Yeah.
see that. When they just trade everything that they have for like a couple guys.
one
You're just
player,
like, yo,
right.
what
But
the
how
heck is
good?
going on here?
How good does that make you feel if you're the other
Yeah,
guy? It's like,
I
damn,
know.
you know,
Damn, they
I'm
give
pretty
up
nice.
Drew Holiday, yeah. Because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Drew Holiday's clearly the best player, but is Eric Bledsoe really that much worse? Maybe he's a better fit on the Bucks, Holiday.
Yeah.
I think
But-
defensively he's such a
Oh, yeah,
huge
for sure.
upgrade
He's one of the
over
best
Bledsoe,
defensive
dude.
wings in the league.
Bledsoe's good offensively, just Holiday's 10 times better.
Yeah,
defensively.
no, I feel that. That makes sense. It's just, it was just such a haul. And it was obviously just to keep Giannis there. And that seemed successful because he just signed on for that huge
I didn't
mega
think
deal.
it was gonna be enough. Like just Holiday. And
I
that's
thought they
crazy.
needed one more superstar,
Yeah.
to be honest with
they
you,
were
Right.
to
trying to
keep
get
him there.
Bogdanovich,
Yeah.
I think, or something like that. But that
They
fell
were. That
through.
fell apart. I mean, they still have Middleton.
I'm honestly surprised he resigned. I mean, I'm not too surprised, but the fact that he resigned just this like quickly.
It's just
I just think it's so he signed for how long? It was
5
I think for
years.
5
Five
years.
it was
right?
4
Max.
years with a player option. Like
Okay,
they
with
all
the
do.
okay, so
Yeah.
with the player option, 4 years with no other superstar, right? The way that they lost in the playoffs, right, is basically all right. They did a box and one on
They shut him
Giannis,
down.
right, and they shut him down. So
Yep.
now you just went and traded, and you gave him a 4-year with the player option. What happens when you get in the same position? Everyone knows how to guard him now.
Yeah,
It's like you
Middleton's
traded
got to
for
step up.
big time.
He had like one good game in the playoffs before they got
Yeah.
bounced.
Yeah, versus Celtics too.
Yeah,
How mad are you if the Pelicans, the GM, after getting all those picks, you're like, oh wow, Giannis might leave. Now he signs on. Those picks are worthless because they're going to be in the top, the high
Yeah.
20s now.
Yeah.
It was like whatever. What's the
True.
point? But yeah, so that leads me to the Harden talk. So one aspect that I was taking away from hearing that he wanted to go to the Bucks, there was like mutual interest there, is the Bucks were thinking, okay, let's just keep loading up on stars. Get another star. He'll re-sign. He'll stay with us. Now, it doesn't look like they need to do that. So I don't know. They can
What would
still.
they package like Middleton? Just they got Holiday.
Yeah, you'd probably send Middleton over. But I don't know if they're going to force it now because they don't need to. He's
What I-
signed on.
What I think is going to happen is that Houston's just going to hold on to this player and figure out if he can gel with John Wall and Boogie. If they can't, then they'll throw it away before
Right.
the All-Star break.
He's not even. He showed up late to training camp. Like
Oh yeah, but that's how he is.
he's not being
he doesn't-
cooperative at all.
I feel like that's how he is though.
The thing is, I feel in this market, you have to get something of value from him. You can't
Yeah.
just give him away, right? Like
Just because he's demanding it. Don't
Exactly.
Trade him.
Houston right now, the only thing that's holding them, right, the fan base, right, is Harden,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
what's going to excite you in Houston is going to be James
John
Harden.
Wall
Not
and
John Wall right
Cousins.
now. And Cousins, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. They're good players, but it's just like,
Not it.
I'm not buying a TV program or a ticket if they even allow fans or whatever the case may be with just those two players.
Of course.
I need Harden there.
Yeah, the ratings are going to drop in
Yeah,
Houston
100%.
if he
Right.
leaves.
Yeah.
So with that being said, with Harden and the Bucks, we got Harden and the Heat, but they fell out of it from
Yeah,
the
just-
recent
They
reports.
just
Yeah.
announced that today.
Yeah, we got Harden and the Sixers, but it looks like that's only going to happen if Ben Simmons is in the deal. And if I'm Philly, I'm not doing that.
Hell no.
That makes
You
no sense.
you guys wouldn't do that?
No,
I
hell
would.
no.
I think
I feel
If I'm
like
Philly, hell
if
no.
I'm Houston, I wouldn't. If I'm the Philly, I would.
Really?
I think I like.
so
I
you
take
you
Harden
like
over
you like
Simmons.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You like Simmons over Harden? Like you'd rather have Ben Simmons than James Harden?
With Embiid in that team, I feel like Harden would be better.
Yes.
I'm thinking long term.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking long term too.
Yeah, but
What
he's-
can I get right in a couple years, if Ben Simmons continues to develop his game, Embiid continues to do what Embiid does, right? And now you're adding some other shooters. JJ's there, and
Seth
other
Curry.
guys. Seth Curry's there now
Just got
too,
Danny
right?
Green too.
So it's
yeah.
like, why do you go and trade the world? Because if you're Philly, you basically have to trade the world.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to give a Ben Simmons and a couple shooters for basically a guy that's has to have the ball run like through him through the entire offense. How many touches is Embiid
Harden's
going to
like
get now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense on top of for the Rockets either, because you already have John Wall. Like I said, he's never been known to shoot. He
But
can't
Simmons
really
is
shoot.
versatile, but he
Right,
can
but they
spread
both
the
need the
floor.
ball in their hands, and neither can really shoot that well at all. Well, Simmons can't shoot at all. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
like
what
it
I'm saying. If I'm the Rockets, I wouldn't do. But if
right.
I'm the
What are you gonna do?
Sixers,
You're
I
just
would.
dribbling around. You know, like
Yeah.
you're gonna have to either trade John Wall or figure something out. I don't know how you're gonna do that.
From
So
the sounds of it, it feels like they're not going to be
No,
forced to trade him.
I don't think so.
They're putting their foot down.
They
right
have
now.
him for 3 more years. I just don't see the point in forcing it. Maybe the trade deadline, maybe next year. I know you can get more now because he's under contract longer. There's not more of a risk of him leaving if he's on like a 1 or 2 year deal. But it just doesn't make a lot of sense unless he literally just is not going to play. Like he refuses to play. So there's the Sixers. Manoug, you mentioned to me before we came on. The Celtics and the Raptors seem to be front runners right now. We looked up.
I don't know
looked
how
up
like
online.
verified that report was. It came out yesterday. I saw it. It was just like Celtics would involve something with Jaylen Brown, and then the Raptors would involve something with Siakam, and I'm like,
Those would be the centerpieces.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown.
I love Jalen. I don't
Listen,
know.
I'm a big Jalen Brown fan.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'll tell
he's
you
nice.
But if you're getting James Harden with Tatum,
It depends on what else you're giving
But
up
you have
to.
but the thing is, you have Tatum, who I think is like an all-star.
Yeah.
He's an all-star, but I'm talking about like top of the notch all-star in the next couple of
in
years.
the
Yes,
making.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean?
And he's just such a smart guy too.
It's like, why do you
You don't
kill
need
your
it. You'd rather
organization?
revolve the team around Tatum
Yes.
than
Yeah.
Harden.
Yes. And also the organization, I just feel doesn't fit like a James
Yeah.
Harden in Boston. I don't
Can't
know.
see
There's
that.
something
Yeah.
about Boston.
I feel like he's too much of
here.
a diva to
That's
be
what I'm
a
saying. It's
Celtic.
like, I don't know if you're suited for all of that. I'm even interested to see how Tristan Thompson does here, to be
Yeah.
honest, with all that extra stuff that comes. Like, I feel like Boston doesn't have room for that.
Right.
saw that tweet. It was like, after the quarantine, Tristan's gonna be in Bijou.
Bijou, you better be ready.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh man.
So much drama.
But you know,
Yeah.
there's another team I actually heard. I was just listening to 98.5. They did like a sports flash like on the way here. They said one of the teams now that's interested. I don't know. I don't think he's interested in going there. James Harden, but the Nuggets are apparently trying to make some sort
Who,
of
like Jamal
move.
Murray?
I don't know, maybe like other guys. Maybe Michael Porter would be the centerpiece with like Gary Harris's contract, a couple other picks, something like that. You can
That
have
could
Jamal
work.
Murray, Harden, and Jokic.
That would be good for.
they
That would be good for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
If they
That'd
pull
be
that off,
insane.
100%.
That would be insane. It's just building off of the run they made in the in the playoffs and the bubble. That
If I was Harden, I would go.
Me
Yeah.
too. I would
Just to
go
get
to
a
that
chip.
market. Me too. I would go to that market. I would team up with a big man that's versatile, can score, can pass. And I would, if I was the Nuggets, I would trade my
100%.
young core.
100%.
Why not?
right. It's just it's clear he wants to go to the East.
Yeah.
It's so clear with the teams. I mean, one team that I haven't heard but should probably be in there, and if I'm them, I'm trying to go after him as hard as I can. Is the Clippers. I'm trying.
Who would they give up?
I know
without-
they just signed Paul George, so it's not going to happen. But before all that happened, I'm thinking I'm sending Paul George and whatever else, pretty much besides Kawhi, to get Harden and Kawhi together, because I
Paul
think that would be
George there,
crazy.
dude.
Kawhi doesn't need the ball in his hands. He's the lead defender. He can help Harden on defense. Harden can still have the ball. I thought that made like so much
But if
sense.
you're the Rockets, would you do that? Paul George.
You
No.
already traded with them.
Paul
Bro,
George is another one who
I mean, dude,
demanded a trade.
there's some guys you're already that we're talking about that they'd be getting back. Obviously, you'd probably take Jaylen Brown, Siakam, and Simmons over Paul George at this point. But really, what is there really a big difference right now? I know he was awful, playoff P, but
It's a playoff piece.
but
Pandemic P.
pandemic P, but
The anxiety got to his head.
backboard, sideboard. But it's
Oh
just
my
if
God.
you can get him in like a bunch of future picks, like I think the Clippers should have gone for that. But obviously, they're not. The most likely team is the Nets, still to me.
Which would be so.
That would be insane. That would be insane.
That's a super team.
Oh my
It's
honestly,
like, how do you pull that off without
Would you
getting,
feel? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just like, how do you pull that off without... They can't. It's like a one-sided deal. It's going to look too one-sided.
right.
I could see it happening though.
I mean,
Like
they
trade
have
rape.
they have the contracts. They have the contracts. They have the picks. They can send all that. They have the young talent, the Nets.
Why would the Rockets do that?
If you get desperate enough, who knows?
No, but the thing is, they need to get something of value right
What,
now.
like Dinwiddie, LeVert? Like
It has to be, yeah.
It would just
Jared
be mad
Allen.
picks.
Jared Allen, yeah.
It'll be their future.
You got to match
They'll
salary.
do that Celtics trade all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but come on. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, bro.
Hold on, I have a question. Would you feel scared if Harden went to the Nets as a Lakers fan? Would you feel some type of way, like, oh shoot, like maybe this team could take us out?
Yeah, because now you're talking about the best scorer in the NBA with Kevin Durant, and also Kyrie Irving, right?
Who's also
Like-
one of the best scorers.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You feel
he-
scared right
one
now?
of I'm saying if Harden went to the Nets,
Mhm.
like I'm a little worried with what we brought back.
Yeah.
Right? I think we added some really good pieces, but not to cover, right, what those three people would be doing. LeBron's playing time would have to be like during a
to
series like
increase
that
again.
would have to increase again. So his load, his like basically his during season, regular season load would be very low to try to make up for the playoffs.
I don't see the Lakers beating them. I see Kyrie getting 40, Harden getting 40, and KD getting 40, and it's like
Yeah.
Do you guys see them beating them right now without Harden, with Kyrie and?
No.
if it's
KD?
Kyrie and KD, I still would take the Lakers, but
Yeah.
I
don't know,
think
it could
with
be
AD,
close.
the AD playing the way that he's playing right now, the way that he ended the
Yeah,
season,
for sure.
with LeBron just being LeBron James, I don't know, because the thing was Golden State like 2 years ago, or when did they win?
3 years ago.
3
now.
years
3
ago.
years ago, yeah, wow.
That team was really fucking hard to beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the punch of Steph, Clay, and KD. It's like, yo, now you're adding Kyrie, who's a bucket. Like he's a certified bucket getter. Like Clay, you pass it to him, he's gonna go get a bucket. But Kyrie's going for your head. Boop 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 boop. By you. Let me get one.
Yeah, for
Same
sure.
thing with KD, and same thing also with James Harden. It's like, yo, if you're not playing defensively, like on lock all the time,
yeah.
it's gonna be they're scoring 100 points.
Yeah, like who's your best defender gonna guard?
Right.
Harden?
That's
Okay,
what I'm
that's
saying.
fine.
Pick
Who's
one.
gonna guard Kyrie?
Yeah, pick one.
Right.
Pick your choice. Whoever's coming at you,
Pick your
one.
poison.
So with the next big move, honestly, to me, a team that's now up and coming because of this is Chris Paul to the Suns. That was one of the biggest.
I don't know why people aren't talking about
No,
that.
I
That's
love that. I
crazy.
love that move.
It's like it
Yeah.
went low key.
They're playoffs. They're going to the playoffs.
Easy.
Yeah,
have to be.
They have a top three there, big three of their own. Chris Paul and Devin Booker, obviously, and DeAndre Ayton. He's still young. He's gonna take a step forward. They got some shooters. They have a lot of 3-and-D guys around there. Bridges and Jay Crowder. They brought in, but
Jay
they
Howard,
They have someone to finally take the pressure off. Book.
yeah. Booker was like the ball handler and the
Yeah.
top scorer.
It's like Rubio's not a scrub, but it's like it's Chris Paul. bro.
Right. Yeah. For the like when Devin Booker's averaging like 7 assists a game, you're like, okay, let's get someone else the ball. Like, but it's necessary. It's necessary. He might score even more now because of it. You can't be shooting the amount of times he's shooting, and he scored 70 against the Celtics one game.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
bro.
That is crazy. The thing is, he
Was it
Chris
60 or 70?
70.
70, yeah.
70,
I
yeah.
blanked out for a second. Sorry.
72.
And he was like
Yeah.
21.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
young.
the thing is he like
We
Chris
still won
Paul
that
also
game, though.
just brings just like playoff mindset,
Mhm.
right? Just to a
100%.
locker room automatically.
Yeah.
I think it's just
He's
his
a winning piece.
professionalism.
Look what he did with the
Exactly.
Thunder.
Yeah.
And
So
that was a-
everywhere he goes, he wins.
this is a
He's
better
like Jimmy
team.
Butler.
Facts. Everywhere both those guys go,
Both
they
those
win.
guys are
Right.
winners.
This is a better team than last year's Thunder team. So that
Yep.
That's crazy.
and
yeah.
he led,
Could be a
now the
problem.
Thunder are toast. So look at what happens. you
Now
know?
we're gonna see how good Devin Booker is.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Now we can see
Chris
like
Paul's gonna find him open so many
Right.
times.
I think, yeah, they're definitely going to be at least at the very least in the middle of the pack in the West this year, I'd say, in the playoff hunt. Right there, like 4, 5, 6, right around there, I'd
Yeah.
say. Another move with the Thunder, Steven Adams and, let's see. Well, Bledsoe, too. Eric Bledsoe stayed with the Pelicans. So this is more of a Pelicans one, but Steven Adams went from the Thunder to the Pelicans, and Bledsoe and the Holiday deal went to the Pelicans.
Pelicans
so what
gonna
do
be
you
good too.
Yeah, they definitely upgraded. I mean, it's going to take some pressure off Lonzo. He doesn't have to do everything.
He made a run last year almost.
Yeah, and Steven Adams is more of an inside presence. I love Jackson Hayes, but right now he's probably not a starter. And
No,
that's-
not yet,
Yeah,
not
no,
yet.
Steven Adams is definitely he's going to help Zion so much inside. That's gonna be crazy. I know they can't really. Zion can shoot a little bit, and Steve Adams can't shoot at all, so they're not going to really, spread the floor too much.
Yeah.
Bledsoe's
You have Ingram do the shooting, though. Too.
Yeah,
I'm saying
Ingram's a
they're
scorer,
deep,
but
they're really deep.
Yeah, they definitely got better, I'd say, even after getting rid of Drew Holiday. They downgraded on exterior, defense, but interior defense is just Steven Adams just brings something there.
Ingram's a bucket.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love Ingram, but
He signed a max too.
Yeah.
Listen,
how do you feel about that?
All your
Seeing
Laker
him
boys
like
got
that?
Listen. I'm happy, right? Like he wasn't gonna get that type of contract. No, he wasn't. He was not gonna get that type of contract in LA. I think he's a bucket. I said it when he went to Duke. Like I'm a big Duke fan. Crazy. I have a Boston College hat. Yes, I love BC. But the thing is, I'm a big Duke basketball fan, and I knew he was a bucket. And so, like, yeah, you know what I mean? So,
I'm a big UNC fan.
Yo, really? Yeah. Let's not start that. Don't start that. By the way, your boy got bucketed on. What's his name? Cole Anthony.
It's going to be a problem, dude.
He is going to be nice. I think he's going to be nice. But I think Brandon Ingram is, like, going to be a big piece for them. If the Pelicans are going to be successful, he needs to step up and have, like, 30.
He stepped it up last year. He really came out.
Yeah.
Man, an all-star team.
That was his breakout year.
All-star.
That's what it took. He had to get away from LeBron.
Hey, listen. When you're with
Subtle
LeBron, though,
shots.
see the thing is, the thing is, you get rings. How many rings? Quinn Cook has a ring, right? Kuzma has a ring.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis has a ring. See what happens when you team up? Kyrie got a ring because of LeBron.
That's true.
I'm
not gonna lie.
So if you team up with LeBron James, the thing, you say what you want. He has to be the man on the team, but you win rings. At the end of the day, what matters most?
You just brought up something.
Okay.
You just brought up something that actually I wanted to ask a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that Kyle Kuzma extension?
Listen.
Oh my God.
What was it?
3 years, 40 mil.
Bro, get rid
No,
of this.
I think it's 2 years, 40 mil.
I think it's like 12 mil, something like that.
Three. Yeah, we definitely didn't give him 2 years.
No, that
2
would
years,
20
40 mil would have
million.
been. Yeah, that would have been stupid. Excuse me. Am I mad? Could we have maybe spent our money a little bit better? 100%. But listen, role player. Don't do too much. We've added other pieces that we really need.
Oh, yeah,
We'll see.
we're getting there.
Rather than
for
giving
sure.
Danny Green 15 mil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, exactly.
Although
Ship him away.
I like Contavious Caldwell Pope, but that was kind of a
That was a
interesting
big contract, too.
Yeah. It's
But the thing is, you don't need to change. You don't
That's
need
what
to
I'm saying.
change the locker room too
I think
much.
that's what
When
their
you've already
method
won.
is. Why fix what's not broken?
Well, that's
Exactly.
nothing.
That
Bring
leads
their
me
guys
actually
back.
into the next thing. They're able to do stuff like that because they signed Montrezl Harrell and he took a legit pay cut to
Yeah.
go there.
He
Exactly.
got
Which is crazy.
disrespected by the Clippers. That's why.
He disrespected them by signing that too.
Well,
do
no,
you mean
I
by
guess because they wouldn't give him money.
Oh, really?
Harrell
That's
wouldn't
how
pay
it
him.
went?
You see, Luke Kennard got paid by the Clippers today.
Yeah, I saw that. He
Harold
got an
tweeted like
interesting contract. 4 years,
Harold
64.
tweeted something.
Wait, Luke Kennard
Yeah, Clippers paid him.
paid him what?
4 years, 64 is what I saw.
Something like that.
Bro, the
15
NBA is
mil.
handing away.
Bro,
We
that's what I'm
we
saying.
picked the wrong
Luke
sport.
Kennard.
We picked the wrong
The
sport.
thing is, he's also another Duke guy that I really, really like, but he never did anything crazy at the
Yeah,
Pistons.
dude, he was like
for
average.
him to get paid like that.
Bro,
Right.
it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. So
It
Harold
was either
tweeted something.
64 or 46.
What did
But I
Harold-
think
I mean,
it was
either
64.
way, that's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
Harold
Keep
tweeted
giving
like
him.
emojis or something. I gotta look
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like Montrez just doesn't like that soft energy that they were having at the Clippers, where they're load management for Paul George and Kawhi. It's just like I feel like he's just a tough guy. Like he wants to be around winning energy. So it's like, all right, cool. It matches. It matches with them. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So he
I-
tweeted
I
a bunch
mean,
of
hey,
laughing
I-
emojis.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would be mad too if they're giving out a contract like that to a
Yeah.
guy that hasn't really proved himself. Like you can get any other guy that could shoot just like Luke Kennard, to be honest with you, in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't get another Montrez.
I think it was funny. It was just a big FU to the Clippers.
Yeah. Well, that
Going to
leads
LA.
to another thing. Serge Ibaka replacing Montrezl Harrell. A lot of people think he's a better fit on the
I like
Clippers
that. I like
than
Ibaka a
Harrell.
lot.
I think
Ibaka's good.
I think he's a better fit too. than
Ibaka was a
Harrell to be.
key
Harrell
piece
was
to that
good. He was the
Raptors
sixth
team.
man. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, honestly.
But he
I
got
like-
more touches. I don't think he's really a scorer. Like,
He'll
he's
start, right?
Will he start? Or you think Zubac will still start?
Mm.
Or
I'd rather
I
have
think Ibaka
out
was going
there.
to start. I mean, personally,
Yeah,
I would rather
it
have
makes
him.
sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, he can shoot. That's the thing. It
And
brings more shooting.
and I think he can also guard better than
Yeah.
Zubac, right?
good
like
defensively.
exactly, way better.
Yeah. So
United with his boy Kawhi.
yeah, there's that. Those were two of the biggest signings. Now we have Hayward to the Hornets.
Thank
Celtics.
Dude, he's out.
Get him out of here.
Dude,
He's
Yes,
already
yes.
hurt.
Hold on,
he's
hold
hurt
on.
already?
my
Yeah, he already
God.
hurt. He
Yeah,
broke his
finger or something,
pinky.
dude.
His pinky.
Dude,
Something
this guy's
like
made
that.
out of glass.
Bro.
So okay, no. So I'm glad
This
you
guy's
said.
made out of glass,
I'm glad
bro.
you sent the. Thank God. Me and Manoug have gone on and on. I don't know,
like
maybe
Hayward.
for the better part of the last year.
Yeah,
and
I
a
like
half,
him too.
2 years.
I don't like him as a basketball player.
I like Hayward. I never liked I like the signing. I never liked the money
All right.
for the Celtics.
Obviously,
he
it
was
was a
never
close
going to
call.
live up to that money.
One, it's
And
not his fault he got hurt.
It's not his fault.
He was coming off of
It's not his
all-star
fault.
seasons, bro. It's not his fault he got hurt.
Right. No, he was obviously going to get that max. He was just never going to be worth it. Even fully healthy, he was never going to be worth that on this team.
I don't know. You never know that.
I thought he was a bucket.
He was.
In
He
Utah,
a
he was a
all-star.
bucket.
Okay, but he
Dude,
wasn't going to
was
average.
nice.
You give him the ball, he'll
Bro,
get you a
he
bucket.
It was such a devastating injury, bro. Obviously, he's gonna struggle.
He was
coming
never
back.
going to average like 20 plus on this team.
How do you know that? This is before Tatum and Brown developed when we signed him.
What about with Kyrie? You have Horford still
hurt.
here. Then you got the young guys coming in.
He was his first
Listen,
year
I-
back from the injury. He
I
never got a chance.
truly believe we could have done something big with him if he
Yeah,
never got
he
hurt.
just
I
never
truly
got a
believe
chance
it.
to shine.
Because when he started coming back before he got hurt last year with his ankle again, he was a shooter.
Yeah, bro.
He was
So
shooting
was
lights
saying
out.
good riddance, and I'm like, dude,
I don't want him on this team.
Even this year he was good.
Because
We're better
what,
with him.
what I saw after he got hurt the first year, the major injury, and every time after that, they were better without him. He put up numbers. Like this year when he came, it was 17, 7, and 7, I believe.
It's because
bro.
he did good this year.
Right.
He was a good player this
right,
year.
but
we're better with him than without
they
him.
went to 2 Eastern Conference Finals without the guy.
That's not against.
That's-
That's not working against him.
I think it
regardless,
He's better
does.
with us.
You can put up numbers.
He
That's
spreads the
fine.
floor. He's the type of player that Tatum and Brown are.
Yeah, that's
What
the
about
problem.
this year? If
That's
Tatum
the
and
problem.
Brown are feeling it, or they're sitting, who's going to be that Hayward type role?
Oh, you have a point there. I give you that.
Jeff Teague, baby.
Like the Hayward type role.
I,
Rookie Naismith, like
So you have a point there, but here's the counter argument. He was never there for that in the first place.
Exactly.
So you don't know what it's going to look like anyways.
But that's what I'm saying. Good riddance. Like I don't want to deal with this guy
And
anymore.
Especially with what he got. Another 30. This guy's fleecing everyone. 30 mil a year.
see, all right, that's
couldn't
He's
believe it.
fleecing the
They
NBA.
paid him again like that, dude. Oh my god.
He has to be one of, if like top 5, like most paid NBA players.
Dude,
in
he
this
was gonna
last
go to
decade
Indy.
or something.
He was ready to go to Indy, but then
Danny
Charlotte
Ainge.
offered him like 10 mil more.
Yeah,
It's
Danny-
unbelievable. And Melo's out here getting the veterans minimum.
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the
That's
thing
crazy.
is, I think Hornets are just like, all right, you know what? We can get a guy that used to be. We know what he could be at his
All-star
peak, right?
caliber player.
So like, why don't we give him a chance? Like, what else is happening
Yeah.
in Charlotte right
Where
now?
else
To
to
be
put
honest
their
with you,
money?
right? You
LaMelo.
got Lamelo, yes, fans, whatever. But you need to
Dynamic duo.
build. You need to build around a core guy at his healthiest point.
That's
so,
true.
but I don't think I would have gave that big of a bag to
What was
him
it,
either.
30?
I think he's
34 mil?
past his prime. What is he now? 31.
I think
Yeah.
he's
Something
right
like
on. I think it was 4 years, 120.
that?
Yeah.
120, bro.
That's-
It's insane.
So here's the thing, it's the Hornets, but that's what Michael Jordan's been known as since like he became
Terrible
there.
GM.
Jordan's an
The Michael-
He's
the
just
worst Michael-
throwing money to everyone.
He doesn't
Batum, they finally got rid of Batum. That was like the worst contract in the NBA. Cody Zeller.
Yep.
Who else am I forgetting? Michael Kidd Gilchrist at one
John Wall.
point.
John Wall got overpaid.
No,
kinda.
not John Wall. It was Wizards.
Oh,
I'm talking about the Hornets.
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan. Makes sense. He played for the Wizards for 1 year. I feel you there.
Like that for a sec.
But yeah, no, Michael Kidd Gilchrist. There was one more. Like, there's just
Kemba,
these
did
guys.
Kemba
Yeah,
get a
he
big
didn't pay
contract?
Kemba.
Kemba got a second contract, but he didn't
But
get
he-
that third.
He didn't
one.
get
Yeah,
paid.
he
He didn't
didn't get
get
paid
paid.
though.
Part of the reason
Right.
why he wanted to leave, probably.
Right. Yeah. So it's just he's been paying these mediocre players. Hayward's better than those guys, but for the better part of his tenure, he's been paying these mediocre players, and now he just overpaid Gordon Hayward too.
I think that's
And
what
he's already
happens
hurt.
when you have a guy that is so attached to the game that doesn't understand and can step back and be like, you know what, like I want to have my hand involvement in every piece of it. That's why you need to have like a basketball operations guy. You need to have all of those pieces in front of you so you can be removed because the game's a lot different.
Do they have a GM or he is the GM?
He's like the
I think he's a
president. I think he's
GM.
like the Danny Ainge of
Yeah.
like the president of operations.
Because
or
I don't think
something.
they don't have like a head of basketball operations.
like-
guy.
No,
or
'cause
maybe or they don't have something within their operations team.
I remember reading something on ESPN. They were calling him the Michael Jordan of worst GMs. Like he's that bad.
At what point do you
Damn.
just swallow the pill and be like, all right, I need help? Like,
He's turning
been
into the
GM.
Jerry Jones. Jerry
He's been
Jones of the
how long,
NBA.
dude? Like, it's
Can't-
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so it's not really. This next one isn't really like one free agent. It's multiple. It's with the Hawks. Danilo Gallinari, Rajon Rondo, and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
I think they're going to be a problem.
They are all of a sudden one of the deepest teams in the NBA.
Deep bench, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They already were.
They already had Trae Young, who's an all-star. Capella, who's a really good defensive player,
Yeah.
really good offensive player.
John Collins.
So you got Rondo, who's a champion, to
Twice.
Kevin
kinda
Herter.
coach their team. You have Herter, you have Hunter,
Yep. DeAndre Hunter, yep.
and you got Gallinari and Bogdanovic, who can both get buckets.
Yep.
Yeah, they look good, man. I think they have a young core of folks that are hungry. They want to win games. Like, I think, I don't know. Do they make the cups? I don't know.
7-8 seed.
Yeah, 7-8
like
seed.
one of those,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they all
East
perform
is
really
like
well.
too top heavy, where you can get one of
Yes,
those teams in there.
exactly. You can definitely get one of those teams in there. So yeah, I mean, I think they're a wild card. Like,
Yeah.
if they perform really well, I think they get there.
For sure. And it might not be their year this year, but for the next
Down the
couple
line,
of years,
yeah, you never know.
yeah. I mean, there's like you said, they're still young. They added some vet pieces, but they're going to still be there for the next 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. So they're an up-and-coming team for sure. The next one I'd say is Robert Covington getting traded from the Rockets to the Portland Trailblazers.
It's a good.
I
piece.
love the Blazers this
Yes.
year.
Yeah,
I
love
love
them
the
every year,
Blazers. Dude.
I love Dame.
me too.
I know.
hate on
There's
Dame.
something about him, man. Pause. Like, he's yeah, exactly. Before they catch me out here, they're gonna make a meme of that, right?
There's something about
Oh, I
Dame.
love
Is that
Dame,
the
bro.
45-second clip
Yeah,
right there?
that's what I'm saying.
Something about Dame.
Pause. No, but he's nice. Like, like his approach to the game, where he's just like, yo, I don't give up. Bleep
Dame
about
time,
who
bro.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Dame
going
time.
to show you that, like, you're not coming out of this game just be like smacking us, right?
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna give you at least 60. if
He's
you're
gonna go
smack
down
us.
fighting.
You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah,
Carried them to
that's a
the 8th
squad.
seed.
Yeah, that's a squad they got there, though.
Yeah.
I think they
Covington-
have the best backcourt
For sure.
with him and McCollum.
Yeah, with Thompson out again, for sure.
Right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
maybe Westbrook Beal, but they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to see it with
Who
them.
else?
You really got to see it with them.
I
Yeah,
think
his
they
name-
have one of the best
sure.
backcourts.
Right.
Up there.
CJ's nice though.
He's nice.
He's
That's what I'm
underrated,
saying.
bro.
He's very
Nice.
underrated.
He's
He's very
underrated. He hasn't
underrated.
never made an all-star team.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
He crosses people out.
That's a
Yeah.
His
major.
handles are tight. Like
That's a major defensive like
bucket.
gap they filled though with Covington.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, for
they
sure.
needed that 100%.
and he's a shooter too.
yeah.
Can't
Oh
take
yeah.
that
yeah.
too.
3 and D.
Yeah.
That's what they needed on that team for sure. You just put him next to Melo. I'd say Melo and Covington probably start the 3 and
Melo.
4.
Melo came back too.
Yeah, yeah. They got a squad there
I
too.
like them.
So the next one, again, back to the Lakers, Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers.
Great piece.
Great
Right.
piece.
You add a guy that loves to play defense, right, and a guy that can handle the ball, right, when other guys are, taking some rest, and he can get. Listen,
dog.
if a perfect role for him, if he gives me 10 and 10 rebounds and can push the pace of the basketball, I think he's fine. And then I think you have, like, you guys are making fun of Kuz, but you put him out in that second lineup, and you telling me, listen, give me at least 16 to 18 points. Take some heavy lifting off AD and LeBron so they can go finish the game and give us a chance when they take some rest time. Give us a chance to continue staying in the basketball game. We're good.
I think the benefit, though, the fact that you got 2 of the 6th man of the year, the winner and the runner-up,
Yeah,
on the team,
I know.
on the bench now. Kuz doesn't have to do anything.
They're kind of emulating the Clippers in that way.
Yeah,
honestly.
listen, like I think you just need to have a deep team. Like, you don't need to have these guys doing anything crazy. Like, people also don't realize we got Marc Gasol. He's fucking
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, he is.
Like, listen, he is a problem.
In the role that he's gonna play, yeah.
Yes, he is a really good. I think he's a really good defender, and also like he'll give you buckets.
He might get Powell out of retirement.
Yeah, imagine.
You never know, dude.
Imagine. But yeah, I mean, listen, like,
He's
Dennis
not
Schroeder-
washed up yet.
who, Dennis Schroeder?
No, Powell. I mean, not Powell.
Mark?
Mark.
Mark.
I think
Not
he's
yet.
good.
I think he's
I
okay.
don't like him too much,
on
but
this team
I
where
think
he's
he can
not
be a
going to be
threat.
asked to
But
do
did
a
you guys
lot.
remember
Yep.
him at the Grizzlies?
Oh, of course.
bro,
Right.
that's
Yeah,
the
but that was-
Defensive
problem,
player of
bro.
the year.
But that was like what 4 years ago when he was at his prime.
6'7".
That
I'd
core
say.
with
Yeah,
Conley.
but
Yeah.
I know. But you
Zebo.
listen. Now you just literally tell him, get on the block.
He's a champion now,
Just
bro.
throw him the ball and Jimmy, jab up by you.
Behind
Let
the
me get-
back
that's what
look
I'm
to
saying.
AD.
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Bottom line is the Lakers won the championship and they got better.
Yes.
That's the crazy part.
And
Yeah.
they didn't change too much.
No,
Yeah, they didn't
you got
change
rid
too
of
much,
Green, you
right.
got rid of Rondo. That's it, right? You brought
Yeah.
Clint Cook back. You didn't really
McGee.
lose. Oh, you got rid of McGee.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean,
well,
like,
yeah,
dude.
for sure. Next up, I would say Philly's changeover is probably one of the big things. Just getting rid of who was a Horford,
and that
Ow.
contract.
dumping that contract,
He was
whatever
never
it
a fit,
took.
dude. That's what you
I,
get for
I
selling
love
out.
Al though.
No, that's what you get for selling out.
Who picked him up?
Thunder.
OKC.
Okay,
Just
He was
gaining
part of that
more
trade.
picks. It's like an NBA franchise when you're doing it on 2K.
God.
Sam
They had like
Presti's
20
just collecting.
picks.
They have what, 17, 16, 17 picks
17, something like that.
until 2026
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
ridiculous.
It's insane. They're not
That's
going to keep
ridiculous.
all those picks. But Philly got some shooters. They got Seth Curry. They kept who was it? Milton. They got Danny Green, who obviously we have whatever feelings we have about him, but
He did
I
well.
think it's good.
Yeah,
For the type of team they have, I think Green and Curry are great additions.
Right. They got Dwight
Yeah, shooters.
Howard. They
Yeah.
brought Dwight
Yeah,
Howard in.
fucking, what's his name? Top.
Oh,
French
Tybalt.
guy,
Tybalt. Yeah. So they got some guys there now. I'd say they're probably a better
Still
squad.
have Tobias.
Right, still
Oh,
Tobias.
yeah.
They're a better
Yep.
squad. They're a better squad for sure. They're gonna make some more noise in the.
They
in
let
the East,
Jimmy
I
walk,
think.
though.
I mean, yeah, but we kind of have to move on from that
Yeah.
at some point. They almost won a championship. Well, not almost, but they were right there.
Yeah,
The
they're
Heat.
close.
Yeah,
Close.
they're gonna be right there too. But yeah, so the next one I'd say. I mean, again, like I said, it wasn't like a huge off season, so I'd say Oubre to the Warriors. That's probably because they kind of had to do that after losing Clay. It was
Yeah.
after.
I
the
think losing
fact.
Clay's the bigger headline than Oubre.
Yeah, well, it was after the fact. It was a
They
cause and
needed a gap.
effect. It was a cause and effect kind of thing. So you have Steph, who's I think he's gonna go nuts this year without Clay there.
NBA's better with
As
Steph
long
Curry
as he
back,
stays,
bro.
Oh,
dude.
yes, it's
everyone,
exciting.
But how
basketball.
good can
I
they?
can't
How
wait.
good can they be, or how deep can they go in the playoffs?
I think
In the West, it's hard.
Mid-team, maybe
can't.
7, 8.
they're gonna
Depends.
be 7-8. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna
but-
fight for it at
Yes.
least. They're gonna
Draymond has to play.
'Cause now you-
Wiseman has to produce.
Wiseman has to have a big rookie year for them.
I'm sure he'll start.
He has to.
Because now you have Denver and the Mavs going up to the top 3 teams in the West.
You think
So,
the Mavs are up there? In
I
top
think
three?
so.
What?
Easy.
Mavs?
Yes.
I
You
think
think
so.
they did enough?
I wrote down.
Dude.
I wrote down my predict. I had Mavs at 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they did enough to get
Dude.
up that high?
Yeah.
You see
It's
how
not that
Luka
they did
played in the
enough. It's
bubble,
just
bro?
they're
You just think Luka's gonna be like
Yeah.
that much
Dude,
better?
You see how he played in the bubble?
Oh
With
yeah, of
Kristaps?
course.
and
Who else,
Kristaps.
bro?
I believe
I
in
think that's what I'm
Kristaps.
saying. I think because Kristaps now comes back and is going to have a
Full
whole full
Yep.
season,
bro.
Yep.
that's
Gonna
a
be
problem.
Because in the playoffs,
Yeah.
Kristaps was a problem.
because all they really did, they got rid of Seth Curry and brought in Josh Richardson.
Hmm.
So they are, Luka's obviously going to take that next step. He's going to be one of the next best players if he isn't already in the league. But
I think
don't know.
next off season is really going to be the big year for the Mavs.
That's yeah, I can see that. Honestly,
They're the future.
I'm blanking.
Yeah.
out. Who else do they have besides those
They-
two guys? 'Cause they lost Curry.
They lost Curry. They still have Hardaway. They
Okay,
still have
yeah,
Dwight
there you go.
Powell.
Trey
They
Burke.
have those guys. I think Trey Burke's
Yeah, he re-signed.
So they have those guys, but we'll see. We'll get to that. We're gonna get to the standings at some point.
Luka's a superstar, so
Oh,
now
he's
he's
a
gonna
future
get,
MVP.
he's
He's
gonna
insane.
he's gonna
MVP.
get
Even this
superstar
year,
calls.
Right.
You could get MVP this year. Dark
Oh, yeah,
horse.
he's going to be right there for sure. But moving on to the next big thing that happened in the offseason is the NBA draft. I don't want to go over every draft pick. Obviously, the Lakers didn't have one, so we don't need to worry about that.
We don't need it, boys. We don't need it.
But I want to talk about the big 3, basically, that everyone was talking about, the top 3 guys that won in the draft and, like, basically their impact and what we think they're going to have. We kind of just talked about Wiseman a little bit, but the first one's Anthony Edwards on the Timberwolves. I did a pre-draft like rankings kind of thing when I was still at my house doing like videos, but YouTube decided to I don't know, do whatever they wanted with that video, and it didn't make it up. So I just didn't feel like doing that all over again. But I had Edwards going number 1. It was this order. It was Edwards 1, Wiseman 2, and LaMelo 3. I think that was the best way it could have gone for those players and those teams. But Anthony Edwards on the T-Wolves, that's a good young squad they got going on there.
I think he fits them perfectly. I
Yeah.
think you have Russell, Edwards, and Towns. You can build around that.
right. You
I
still
think-
have Jarrett
yeah.
Culver.
Yeah, I think they're a playoff team.
You think so?
Maybe not this year. Maybe definitely next year.
They're going to be
Yeah.
competitive,
Like 7,
but I
8
don't know
seed.
about this year.
I think Anthony Edwards is like if he's engaged defensively,
Yeah.
right? Like I think those were the question marks, right? Because like he didn't really have to play that much defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like, and also the league that he's in, it's like, all right, a lot of offense, a lot of just go and running. So I don't know. I feel like there's question marks around that. I don't think he was really tested, right, coming out of college.
There's a lot of like
So,
effort questions.
That's what
and
I'm saying.
stuff.
So like I think that's what when you watch the draft and what they were saying, I
He's
think
gotta
those
step up.
that's a big. But I think 100% athletic. Can he shoot? Can he put the? You know what I mean? He could
A
do
lot more
everything.
pros than cons.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Right.
naturally good.
Yes,
Right.
very naturally.
He's
good.
raw.
Someone that I think that there's even more question marks as Wiseman because
Yeah,
he only played 3 games.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be good.
But here's the thing. On top of that, he went to the Warriors.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I think that honestly
a cheat
saved his
code.
career.
If Clay didn't get hurt, that would have been a cheat code, dude.
Yeah, obviously, bro. That's an insane team, especially if they kept with the whole thing with Oubre and still traded for him. But Wiseman going to the Warriors and the way Steve Kerr manages that team and the way he coaches it and like the moves that they make and the way they're going to set him up. If he went to one of these bottom cellar dweller perennial teams that like the Hornets or someone else like
Orlando.
Right, yeah. If he went to one of those kinds of teams, I don't think he would have made it, honestly. But I think this gives him a chance. It's yet to be seen.
They're a good franchise. They
Right.
run their
They're
organization
They're going to
very
take
well.
care of him. That's what it is.
As much as I hate Draymond, I think he'll definitely help him.
Yeah, they're going to set him
teach
up
him
for
a lot of things.
That's the maximum place he's going to get his success, maxed out potential, whatever you want to call it. Like that's
But you also can't teach size. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's always room for pause again, guys that are big. You know what I mean? So that like this Vinny's out here laughing, joking.
He's got a highlight reel.
If you didn't say it,
yeah. No, I honestly. All right, I'm gonna just stop talking. Anyways, but honestly, I think like that's a huge factor. Like the Warriors are a small team. Like I think they picked a guy that can be athletic, can stretch the floor, but also fit around their main core of guys. So
They've definitely never had a player like that.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they've always had big guys that clutter the paint, and you don't need that with all the Stephs and stuff like that. Like you need guys that can move around, stretch the floor, cover also. Like he's a big man that can cover a guard. You know what I mean? He can move his feet. So I think they got a really good pick.
Right. And the next one's LaMelo Ball.
Superstar.
Favorite.
I love
Superstar.
him,
I think to
hate
me,
LaMelo.
I think in terms of talent and upside, I think LaMelo Ball is the best pick.
I think he should have gone first.
6'9" point guard. You can't.
That's what I'm saying.
He should've
What
gone
do you
first.
want?
I think he's the best player in the draft. I think Anthony Edwards made the most sense to go to the
Wolves, 'cause
Timberwolves.
they had Russ.
Exactly.
Russell.
So like
Right.
I think LaMelo Ball in terms of putting seats into the stadium, 100%. That's the focus in Hornets, at the Hornets. And I also think the way that he can just take over,
Both ends of the court, dude.
yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
100% over.
they got to figure out their guards because they still have. I know they're going to give him the keys to the franchise, but they still got Devontae Graham. They still got Terry Rozier.
Scary Terry.
Yeah, they still got those guys. I mean, you can make it work with 3 guards, but he's going to be the one that has the ball in his hand. Devontae Graham just went nuts.
Jordan made a good pick. You couldn't mess that one up.
If you messed that one up,
No, but there was no one else that you could
Right,
have
yeah.
used. There's
Like
no
I said,
one
it was the
else.
big 3.
Yeah.
It was the big 3. One other guy I did like, though, that I think maybe might be the most NBA ready is Obi Toppin. I like Obi Toppin a lot.
Everyone's saying he's a highlight reel, but I think he can actually produce.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the Knicks, unfortunately. But
Yeah, but you went to an organization that just
right.
doesn't have a
Yeah,
winning
That's
culture.
the example.
That's a
like
bad
Wiseman.
organization.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I mean?
that's the thing with Wiseman. Yeah,
It's
and
gonna be tough.
yeah. So that's really it with the draft. Like those 3 guys, they're in the positions to make immediate impacts. Edwards not as much as the other 2, I'd say.
Yeah.
But for sure, like those 3, I would say were they went to their places.
It was a
that they needed to
top-heavy
go.
draft, like top.
Oh
3.
yeah, for sure. They've been saying that for the past 2-3 years when these guys are still in high school that it was going to
There's
be
a lot of hype behind them.
yeah.
And with this virus, it didn't help either. Like none of these kids
Yeah.
could show what they're
Right.
Yeah.
what they really
No
could
call
do.
season
They had to
or
wait to get
anything.
drafted in what was it, November, October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
November. So it's it's a really weird year. But yeah, so moving on, last part, we've taken up a lot of time. I mean, we got 4 people. This is crazy. I never expected to be going this long. This is
It's
awesome.
productive convo.
So we got the Celtics offseason to cover. As the Celtics fans,
Ado's out.
I don't know.
as
He's
he's
out.
about to walk off. As this, covering the Celtics, or Boston.
This is the first year I don't feel that confident.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like there's too many good teams in the East this time.
Additions.
The East is
The East is good now.
They got better.
Really,
East is
really
Especially
really
Harden
good.
comes here. Oh man.
But
listen,
let's
you
say-
got KD here. Listen,
Yeah, that's true.
listen. The Celtics need to worry about how the hell they're gonna beat the Nets.
Fair.
How are you going to stop Kevin Durant from putting 50 on
Yeah.
your head?
Fair.
We could even beat the Heat. I mean, we could have beat them if like a
That's
couple
what I'm saying.
plays
And
went
you guys are
different
forgetting
ways.
about the Heat. The Heat, like Tyler Hero and Jimmy Buckets, is
It's
a
definitely competitive.
really, really a big problem. I think the 2 teams that are going to be facing off each other for the East is going to be Heat versus the Nets. I don't even think you guys are there
And
yet.
you're not even talking about Bucks yet or Raptors.
That's exactly what I'm
It's
saying.
tough.
Or Sixers.
Sixers too. Damn. I don't know.
Or Toronto.
It's just.
I mean, Toronto, we fucking... We dusted them.
Yeah.
All right. So we already talked about losing Hayward, and like I personally think again that was addition by subtraction. You can agree to disagree. We can do all that, but we already talked about that. I'm so happy he's not here anymore. Cantor didn't really do much at the end there.
Good
So
riddance again.
Cantor was a
Get
good
the hell outta
rebounder,
here.
bro. He was good offensively.
Okay, no,
Dude,
Get him out of here. I wish they got rid of Daniel Tice too. Get him out of here, man. I hate.
not
You know how
Tice.
much I
So
hate
you
him.
hate-
There was one game in the playoffs that I kept track of how many points he
Bro.
gave up.
me
Do you
and
remember
Gabe-
that?
he just kept fouling out. That was the biggest thing.
I don't like
But
him.
the way you're talking about Tice right now, the next guy is Brad Wanamaker. Get out of here, bro. I'm so
Brad
happy that guy's
Wanamaker
gone.
could be a
I'm
great guy,
sorry-
whatever. He's a
I'm sorry
bum.
if you're listening or watching or whatever, and you're a Brad Wanamaker fan, or if somehow Brad Wanamaker finds this.
Good
but
riddance.
Hey, man.
I'm so happy you're
Good
gone.
riddance.
I'm sorry. He's so
I'd
how
rather
can you
have
say-
him than Daniel Tice.
So how can you say-
Put Robert
Please.
Williams. Put in the Time Lord. What was it?
No,
Time Lord,
this is
yeah.
Dude,
Time
put him
Lord.
in.
But how can
No,
you say
bro.
we got worse? All these guys you hate, we got rid of. And we added Jeff
Except for Daniel
Teague
Tice.
and
They
Tristan
needed to
Thompson.
I
get rid of
like
him.
Tice on this team. Maybe not on the role that he was playing, but I like him on this team, bro.
I think
Come
Teague
on.
and Thompson are like phenomenal additions.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was the next thing, getting Thompson and Teague. That we haven't really had a backup guard like Jeff Teague. I've always
10
loved
times
Jeff
the player
Teague.
wanted
too.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He's
I've
a
always
proven
wanted
vet.
him. Ever since there was like the battles with the Celtics and the Hawks back in the day. Like,
Yeah, he
oh,
he
man.
He's a
always gave
proven
us
vet
trouble.
with playoff
Yeah.
experience.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for sure. I love Jeff Teague. Tristan Thompson, he's probably the best defending and rebounding.
We've had in a
Big-
while.
He's
Big
like
guy.
a big
I'd say
man
since
version of
Perkins.
Since Perkins,
Yeah.
yeah.
loves
Honestly,
him
he might be
too.
better than Perkins personally. Like,
Yeah.
You put Perkins next to KG and he looked a lot better. That was the thing with him. I love Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, because
mean,
once he
second-
went
no
to
Perkins slander on this podcast.
No, but talent-wise, you're taking Tristan Thompson right now over
Yeah, I
Perkins when
mean,
he was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So
I just think he gives you guys second points,
Oh,
like right,
exactly.
like that's
100%.
where a lot. Like you had Marcus Smart.
He's a big
at
man
top-
version
he
of
does
Marcus
some-
Smart.
You know what I'm saying? Like a tough
He's a
guy.
dog.
You know what I mean? So I think he's a great addition.
he's kind of added a little bit of a shot every once in a while, 3-point shot to his game too. So
Has he really?
Yeah, he'll hit
Once
one.
in a while.
I don't
He'll hit
watch
one every once in a
yeah.
while.
I don't
He
watch the
stays healthy,
Cavs,
dude.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he'll hit one every once in a while. But he killed the
You're not even a
Celtics.
Cavs fan, bro?
No, not even a little.
when the Celtics and the Cavs were when LeBron was there when they were meeting in the playoffs, that was like the biggest factor against the Celtics from like having any chance against
Yeah.
the Cavs. I mean, obviously LeBron's there, but Tristan Thompson just grabbing board after board offensively for
I
them,
mean-
just dishing it back out. And if he can do that here, that's huge.
Say what you want though, he's a champion too.
He is.
Championship-
He was a
champion
key piece.
experience.
He was a key piece.
Call
Wait,
him
who-
a cheater, but he's a
That's-
champion,
yeah,
baby.
that's-
Oh, no.
Listen, but who did he play with though?
LeBron.
LeBron.
Your boy
The
LeBron.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
The thing is also, I think it's good for the city. I think having that level of stardom at games, right? Hopefully when shit all goes back to normal, the Kardashians here and all them people.
Can't
like,
wait.
No, I'm saying I think
Chloe's
it's
already
gonna
here.
be.
They're already
that's-
chilling.
You know what I
Are
mean?
they
I
really?
think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
saw
they're
on
on Seaport or
Instagram,
something
yeah.
like that.
We have
but-
an inside source that they've been purchasing things from the Watertown Best
No.
Buy for their
Wow.
apparent
Yeah.
apartment around here.
But no, I think it's gonna be good. I honestly, even though I am a Lakers fan, I like. There's something about the Celtics. Obviously, they I support them. They come out with
Can't
us
live
and all
here
that,
and
you know what I
hate
mean?
the
Yeah, of course
Celtics.
not. But the thing is, it's like, all right, cool. You have a guy that's won, right, in the locker room. So
Right.
I don't think you don't take him.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt us.
Yeah.
He's saying
at
all the
all.
right things
Yeah.
right now too. He's had a lot of interviews. Like he's ready to fight for
It's
us.
just
yeah?
the thing is with the Celtics, bro. Like I don't want to go on a rant, but like Danny Ainge is just playing with me too much over the past like 6-7 years. We
He's a
went
superstar, man.
we went from
What do you expect him to do?
we went from being horrible, obviously, with like the Jeff Green was the best player on the team at one point, to Isaiah Thomas comes in. We have a couple of young guys like Marcus Smart was working his way up, and IT like he had that crazy All-Star year, and then he's gone, and all of a sudden we have like an abundance of stars on this team. Al Horford came, Hayward came. As much as I didn't like that signing, we traded for Kyrie. Tatum was a top 3 pick. Jalen was a top 3 pick. So we went from like the lovable losers or like scrappy like team
Scrappy team.
to
yeah.
like the top the top rankings of like every preseason ESPN analyst, everyone here and there. Now where are we? All those guys are gone, and we kind of have like a scrappy team again. Like we have more stars, then that Isaiah Thomas led team, obviously Tatum and Brown.
It was tough, bro.
But like everyone else is kind of, it's like it's
I feel like
team.
they're banking on Tatum. Like they're hoping that he becomes
you kind of
the man.
You kind of
you have to. Yeah, you have to
take that next step.
He has to. If not, we're gonna be.
He has to become a top 10 player
this
year.
He has to.
He has to be a top 10 player.
If not, we'll be number 5 in the standings.
Kemba's too injury prone.
No, can I tell you something? I'm
disappointed in Kemba.
Yeah, me too, man.
Jason Tatum. Kemba is gonna come back and do what Kemba does. But I do think Jason Tatum is like, it's very clear when the last couple seconds of the games where it's just like, all right, they hand the ball to Jason Tatum to go get a bucket, and like he hit some big shots, and I was just like,
he forced some, but he definitely is a bucket.
But you need that. You need him to learn and do that
in those moments.
In those moments, because again, I don't think you guys are a little bit. I'd probably say like a couple seasons away.
I was expecting more from Kemba too. Like I love Kemba.
Yeah,
I expected way more.
I expected more.
Cardiac Kemba, baby.
Yeah, he was not that.
Yeah,
he was not that.
He had some issues.
That's
Granted,
another
he was
reason.
hurt, but he's got to stay healthy.
That's another reason why I don't know about the whole Harden with the Celtics thing, because like 2 years maybe away. If you get Harden, you completely give up Jalen in the deal, you kind of throw off. Yeah, because Harden's like what 5-6 years older than Tatum at least. So I think it's 7, maybe in 7.
I think you're crazy.
31.
Yeah, I don't want. I wouldn't want it.
You're crazy if you give up Jason Tatum.
No.
He's an untouchable.
They wouldn't
Never.
do that.
He's
Yeah,
untouchable for sure.
But yeah, so no Kemba to start the year. How concerned are we?
I mean, if
the
the Nets start off quick and the Philly starts off quick and Heat start off quick, I don't know.
I make the playoffs.
No, we're making the playoffs, but we'll probably be in the.
We could have had Wanamaker instead of Jeff Teague replacing Kemba in the lineup right now.
Hey.
Don't mention him anymore.
No more Wanamaker.
He's the Warriors' problem.
He's their 6th man right now, I think. That's awful.
I don't know. I think T can step up. I think we're going to ride or die with how Tatum and Brown do.
Are we better or worse than last year? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Aspects were worse. Aspects were better. Our bench is better, but
okay.
I think we're better.
It's opinion.
I think we're better.
I agree.
But I think the East is a lot better.
Right.
Like, it has gone so much better.
A gap. Agree to disagree. I think he leaves a gap where Tatum and Brown are off. Let's say Kemba's hurt. Tatum and Brown
so
are
Kemba's
off.
the big factor this year. Those are the 2 big things. Tatum taking the next step and Kemba being healthy. Because we're just cursed with point guards at this point.
Jalen can take the next step.
You guys 100% didn't get worse, but the thing is, I think Gabe's point's right. The East got that much better.
Yeah,
How much do you guys compare to some of these other teams that really got a lot better?
That's why I felt like last year was our shot.
So
it was our shot last year.
It was so
we had
frustrating
Miami. We only had Miami to go through. That's all we had was Miami.
Series, I don't want to talk about it. How many games we watched together, dude? Where it's just so
came down to the last bucket, and
I don't want to talk about it. We had last year.
I just wanted to be in the finals.
Perfect opportunity to make the finals. There was no one in our way. The Bucks got bounced. We beat the Raptors, and you're telling me granted, Jimmy was on another level. Drog was playing good. Hero was good.
Right.
But we could have beat them.
Bro, like, we were a better team than the Heat. It was just so frustrating as a Celtics fan to watch that.
Right.
And it's a tough pill to swallow coming back from that, and so soon we're back at it, and it's like the East got better than it was last year. Last year, if we did it, we didn't even make the finals last year.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
It's a hit to the stomach. It's a gut check.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
Right. So to go off of that, basically to close this out, because I don't want to keep you guys for too long, but I just wanted to go over, again, back to like the whole kind of NBA as, with all their teams put together. I want to do some standings predictions. So I did this with some friends a few weeks back. Obviously, moves have been made, re-signings have been done, and more news has come out since then. But this is what we kind of put together. I want to bounce it off of you guys, what you think. So I'm going to start with the East. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top.
Yep.
Pistons. Obviously, it's 15-1. Pistons, Cavs, Knicks, Bulls, Hornets, Magic, Wizards, Pacers, Hawks, Sixers, Raptors, Nets, Celtics, Heat, and Bucks. So before we go, this isn't all me. This isn't all me.
Can you say your last?
Can you start
last
like
three?
the 8 seed?
The last 3.
Actually, no. Start 5 and up.
Raptors, Nets, Celtics, Heat, Bucks.
You think Nets are going to be 4th seed?
Yes.
You think the Celtics gonna be better than the Nets?
So it wasn't only me. It's a bunch of us, and there were arguments to be made.
This is bold.
The only reason
if Kyrie gets hurt, then maybe yes.
The only reason at first Bucks.
You think they're just gonna come back strong like that?
They're a regular season team.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna get bounced in the second round again.
That's the
Poor
point.
Giannis. I love Giannis,
But-
dude.
I don't like him. Get him out of here.
So the reason why the Nets are that low, I mean, they're 4, but the reason they're that low, it's kind of like the same mentality that you were saying with LeBron.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take, they know they're going to make it.
Yeah.
They know they're going to make it.
It's going to take some time.
They're not going to care
They're gonna be on
about
cruise control.
this load management thing. When you said you told us
They're gonna get
before, they're
fined.
going to get fined. They're not going to, bro, these guys are pushing $40 million a year. Unless they're fining, literally like millions of dollars in one fine. They're going to still probably, they might not do it as much as they were before, but this guy's KD's coming off an Achilles major injury.
Fair enough.
Kyrie's getting surgery after surgery. It's not like their third best player on the team is like an elite player. It's like Caris LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie.
LeVert's nasty.
He
though.
is, but he's not
He is
like,
nasty.
he is, but he's not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well,
so,
how about this? Who do you have in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Ooh, that's kind of looking ahead. I agree. Nets and Heat. I'd say so, based off of recency bias.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I want to say Celtics so bad, but it's
Me
like,
too.
No.
I don't
Come on.
I don't believe it.
But the
I don't
thing is,
believe what's going on.
You can't really say that and be truthful about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way. I think honestly, Nets versus Miami.
If
Like,
not Nets,
then
Nets
maybe
and Celtics.
Bucks.
Well, the way this is
No.
set up,
It's just,
the way,
Raptors could make a run too.
No,
bro.
Raptors is not.
so the way this is set up for the East, at least, if let's say the top 4 make it, it would be Bucks and Nets and Celtics and Heat in the semifinals.
Fucking A.
dude, I'm telling
So-
you, those are going to be a long stretch of games. Listen,
We could have had that.
The
Heat
East
series,
is
man.
going to be a grueling playoffs.
Yes.
It's going to be
Yeah.
hard.
Very.
How do you feel about having the Wizards just missing at 9?
I think they're gonna make it.
I think
I
they're
think it's-
barely
who do you
going to
have
make
them
it.
Who are they going to make it? I have over the 8 I have making the playoffs, or that my friends and I had, were the Pacers, Hawks, Sixers.
I think Pacers
Pacers
drop
might-
off.
Yeah,
I think
Pacers or
drop
Hawks.
off.
Yeah.
And
I can see Hawks making it. I think Wizards Hawks get that 7-8.
Yes, I think so
Okay,
too.
all right. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
debating.
The
we were
top
like,
6 is gonna be the same.
that's
Yeah.
why the Pacers and the Wizards were like right there.
Yeah.
It's the reason why.
I think Westbrook, like with the
It's
team
two
that they
all-stars,
have, yeah,
bro.
that's
You
what I'm saying.
can't.
You have
Yeah.
he
Bradley
makes
Beal's
it.
Bradley Beal's a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. The guy's gotten burned.
Guys got
how many times?
disrespected.
Yeah.
dude.
And
Averaging
Russell-
30 a game.
He's still a winner.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
he puts
Yeah.
up buckets. He's going to make your
Right.
team win.
Right. So should we move on to the Western Conference?
Yeah.
Get this
do
done
That's
with?
this is don't even start. Don't do 1 and 2. Don't even do that.
I'll just throw them
No,
up there. I'll just,
Okay.
don't worry.
Lakers
All
miss
right.
playoffs.
Lakers first.
15
Lakers
Lakers.
LeBron must not be playing then.
So 15, we got the Thunder.
Yeah.
14 Kings.
Yeah.
13 T-Wolves. 12 Grizzlies. 11 Spurs. 10 Rockets. 9 Pelicans. 8 Warriors. 7 Suns. 6, we had the Mavericks. 5 Jazz. 4 Blazers. 3 Nuggets. 2 Clippers. And 1 Lakers.
So you have Houston missing it
Yeah.
with Harden.
Yes. Well, that's us expecting Harden to be gone, but I don't think their team is that good now without. Like they have a solid team, but if he's not into it, on top of everything else, you know
It all
what I'm
depends
saying?
on Harden's mood.
Right. He can force his way into the playoffs for sure, but is he that guy?
Yeah.
Is he that kind of guy? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Who do you have at 8?
8, I had the Warriors sneaking in. I think
they're gonna be higher than 8.
I think Warriors, Pelicans, and Rockets. They're like it's the
Yes,
same thing
I
with the
agree.
8 and 9. Like it's
Yeah,
gonna.
Pelicans in. I didn't hear.
I had them at 9.
8 and 9 is gonna be tough
Yeah.
in the West, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because like I feel like the Warriors are gonna have a good bounce back season. But again, it's gonna be a lot of work that Steph has to do, a lot of fucking playing that he has to do.
Yeah.
But also James Harden, like I hate ruling him out. It's still James
Yeah.
Harden. Like you guys are talking about one of the best.
MVP.
That's what I'm saying. The best
There's
scorers.
so many
You're
good teams
right.
in
You're
the
right.
West.
No, you're right. I mean,
I don't-
I think we took that because like it was way more likely he was getting traded at
Yeah.
the time that we did this. It was like pretty
I
close.
mean, he still
So-
might.
Like the
Yeah.
team that I feel really confident that we like the Suns. I feel the Suns are definitely going to be like
Be in there.
6, right?
Yeah.
6-ish.
I have him at
Uh,
7.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I think
6-ish.
Blazers are gonna fight for a spot.
Yes, 100%.
I think the Blazers are up there after
don't
this
think so.
offseason.
I think
though.
Blazers
They're
are
gonna be a
in
top
like this.
seed?
I think
They
they're
do
going
that
to be
every year.
7,
Yeah, like the 8
7,
seed.
6 between them and the Suns.
So
I
when
can see
I
that.
Because
when
it takes one injury, just like last year. It takes
Yes.
one
Well,
you have
injury.
the-
oh yeah,
top
we're saying
5.
with no injuries right now,
But it just takes one.
Right.
Well, let's do
Right.
process elimination. You have the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets,
so this middle of the
Mavericks.
pack, it's like it's how it is every year in the West. Blazers, Jazz, Mavs, and Suns. 4,
Yeah,
5,
fair.
6, and 7.
I think the Mavs are gonna take over the
We're
Clippers
talking
spot.
like half a game, one
seed?
game, 1.5
almost were
games that
last
they're
year.
all gonna be within each other, like a game. Like that's how I put it. Those like middle 3, 4.
Mavs and
4
Clippers
through 6.
swapped that 2 seed a lot
Me too.
last year.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like I definitely think Mavs are gonna be in
Top
there.
3 is
too.
Lakers,
Yeah.
Clippers, Mavericks.
Yeah.
right. So I think
Nuggets maybe 2.
I think for the most
Nuggets,
part we
yeah.
agree, except maybe Pacers or Wizards over Pacers. But yeah, that's the 8 and 9 on here.
the West is so strong outside the top 4. It's literally you can
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
any order.
It's very
Lakers,
very
Clippers,
clear.
Mavericks, Jazz, Nuggets.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
You could
Rockets,
put the
Warriors, so many
Grizzlies
good
over the
teams.
Spurs
Oh yeah, you
at
had
the
I saw
bottom
that. You
there.
had Grizzlies out of that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they almost made it.
Compared to the rest of the West,
They almost made it without Jackson getting hurt
yeah,
last
but the West
year.
got better too.
Yeah,
True,
the
but
West got
Morant's gonna
stacked.
step it up.
Unless John Morant.
Think
really
about the
plays out of
teams they
his
were
mind.
competing with. The Blazers made it over them, and they got better.
True.
The Suns were right there, and they got better.
True.
The Pelicans were right there, and they got better, arguably. So
I want to see the Pelicans do good this year.
right.
Too.
So
I think
this,
the Pelicans get there again like how
Yeah.
they did last year.
It's
Right.
tough.
And then
the
they get
Spurs-
bounced
There's gonna
probably
be
in the
good
first
teams
round.
that
That's
miss.
you know
There's
what I
gonna be
mean?
great teams that miss the playoffs.
and the Spurs are the same team, but they have Popovich.
Yeah,
so it's like
I
They're
wish
done.
they extended
They're
the
done.
playoff
Get
seeds a
them
little
outta
bit
here.
further.
do you have the
DeRozan's
Grizzlies
great,
over them though?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they didn't add anyone. They didn't add anyone
The Grizzlies
crazy.
really didn't either.
Yeah.
bro.
I know,
You're
but
just
like,
making on job.
it's that
basically taking
same. It's to me
next
that
step.
same group of teams that are just around that bubble of the
Yeah,
8th seed.
yeah. The bottom 3 are the bottom 3. In the
Wouldn't you
West.
want them to extend the playoffs? Like, wouldn't you want them to have the
Like playing.
The
I
top
heard they're
10?
gonna do some playing games or something.
yeah, like the playing games or
Come
Yeah.
on.
Fun.
After 72 regular season games?
that's bullshit.
fun.
I think
the
that's
fans
bullshit.
into
But
it.
all right, then fine. At least let the top 10 teams go in, not just top
Like
8.
the West
How
has
are you
been
gonna do
so
that,
good
though?
that there were talks
just
about
add 2 more
conference
teams.
merging.
So
You've
number
heard
1
about
plays
that,
10,
right?
2 plays 9, 3
But
plays
that
Yeah.
but do you know what? Like
just so we can see.
But
Just
then
so we
you
can
have
see
5 teams left over. That's the problem.
It's just not fair when you see
After the first
teams in
round.
the East not
That's the
making
thing.
it.
You'd have to
Yeah.
give someone a bye,
yeah.
like the NFL's doing.
Yes.
The top team.
And
I don't
that
think it's
doesn't
fair
work.
though. Like you have teams in the East that are like sub 500 that make it over. Teams in the West they're
So
over 500.
with that, you can just do what they've been talking
Yeah, bring
about.
rid of
Just
the
have the
conference.
entire
Top
NBA.
16.
You play 1 to 16. Lakers win.
They
and
should've
they're
done that this
playing,
year,
like,
honestly.
I don't know.
They should
That
have
would
done
be
that this year.
crazy.
This was the year to do it.
You would have the Bucks playing who? The Blazers? Or no? They'd still play the
That'd be
Magic.
fun. That's something
Right?
new.
That
Yeah.
wouldn't be good for us, though.
So what do you think is the West Finals?
yeah, in the East, yeah. But no, but if you guys just took if your premise, if you just took the top 10 teams, it's better for you guys in the East.
No.
No, it's
'Cause
harder for
we're-
the East. We get rid of the bottom. We got rid of the the shittier teams.
And we put in the hard West teams. For a Celtics fan, we
No.
don't need that. Keep the West over there.
Like we're saying the top 16 make it or the top. Yeah.
okay,
Right.
okay,
so
okay.
so let's say like, for example, the way the playoffs just went in the bubble, and it's 1 through 16 mixed together. You'd still have Bucks and Magic probably, but then you'd have what, Lakers? Oh no, Lakers and who was the 7th seed again in the East? I'm going
the East?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
It wasn't the Pacers. It
Magic
was
maybe.
no, it was the Nets. You would have had Lakers and Nets.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Nets and
okay.
Magic were
Basically.
that gross. 7,
because the
8 seed.
Blazers were still probably. I think they
and
still had a better record.
It would have been the Clippers and the Celtics.
That would have been fun.
So I remember seeing that.
Wow, yeah, that would have been rough.
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna
Whoa.
be the West Finals?
I think it's a battle of LA this time.
Do you think the
I
Clippers
think
are gonna
I
show
think
up?
it's gonna happen this year.
What do you think,
I don't
Yo?
know.
I think Lakers
The
get bounced
Laker
by
fan in
Nuggets.
you-
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
Lakers 100% are going
Oh.
to be in there. I just don't know because, like, I do think Kawhi, after being there for a year, I think he definitely is. He's always in contention. Whenever you have Kawhi Leonard, you're always in contention. If Paul George plays like Paul George, like, they're going to be a pretty hard team to
They have
beat.
Ty Lue now as their
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, I think maybe Battle of LA or maybe like
You think the Nuggets maybe again?
I think Nuggets are there or like
Is there, like, a dark horse
somehow
team?
like you see fucking Dame just carry
That'd be
his
nice.
fucking team.
That'd be nice to see.
He's been there before.
That's what I'm saying. He
I'd
like,
want to see
Yeah,
Lakers
exactly.
Mavericks.
where if he gets out of the first round without like too much damage to them, like going to 7 games or something like that, then I honestly think Dame can carry enough to beat maybe the Nuggets, maybe a team like that.
I think the problem was he ran into LeBron. And
Too early, yeah.
Too
He
early.
got
Eighth
ran
seed,
into
it's no one's
LeBron.
fault.
That's what I'm saying. That has nothing. But that's what I'm saying. They need to have a good regular season
sure.
to not be the
in
8th
that
seed.
situation.
Right.
So like,
And
but
catch them tired.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, if Dame can get like, if they can catch I don't know, maybe like the Clippers, like I would be very, very worried if I was the Clippers.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's really.
It's just the state of the NBA. It's just the way that the NBA is, because I like the way the Nuggets look on paper. I guess they kind of got worse. They lost a couple of guys here, like role players.
They're well
They
coached.
kept their top.
Like,
They
the
kept
last
the top.
3-4 years, if you see like there's the way they've progressed every year. They were like 1 year they missed the playoffs barely. The other year they were an 8 seed. Like every year they've gotten better and better. And, like,
Right.
The bubble showed like Jamal Murray's a superstar.
Yeah.
Murray
And Jokic's already goes without saying. Is a
Oh yeah,
superstar.
for sure. It's just like the way I've said this before. Again, and bringing back like group chat talk. The way I look at it is, it's just like cool. That was awesome. Jamal Murray went off, and then he just like ran into LeBron. And that's how the NBA has been for the last like decade plus.
I mean, Lakers were a good team.
But yeah. Anyways, that's
won the
that could be a
championship.
conversation for another day.
Yeah,
honestly, like I don't want to get into that with the Lakers
What's the
fan here.
consensus,
Just
though?
running into
Is the
LeBron.
consensus going to be Lakers Nets final?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. KD and Steph going at it for comeback
Fully
player of the
healthy,
year.
no injuries.
Yeah, no
they can
full.
play.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
two.
Lakers Nets.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Nets
like,
in 4 too.
I'd be rooting for the Lakers, bro.
believe that?
I'm just
Dude.
kidding.
no,
You rooting for the Lakers?
No, I'm not rooting for the
If it's
Lakers.
against the Nets?
listen,
I'm rooting for the Nets.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Screw
fuck
Kyrie,
that,
bro.
No,
Fuck
dude.
Kyrie.
No.
That means they will
Dude,
pass
I
the
hate Kyrie
Celtics
and
in the
KD.
championship battle. They'll have
Fair
how
enough,
many?
Fair enough.
They'd have the 18.
Dude, I
They'll
just
have
hate
18.
Kyrie so much, and it's just personal
Nah.
bias.
LeBron's winning
It's
another
okay.
ring.
All right.
The
I don't know
Nets,
about
no,
that.
no, no,
Oh, yeah,
no,
that too. I don't
no,
know.
The Nets,
tough.
the Nets will win a ring.
Battle
I
of two
honestly
evils.
believe that, though.
All right. I hate to cut it off here. I appreciate you guys coming on. We've been going for
Yeah.
literally almost, we've been over an hour now.
Are we at an hour?
Yeah, it's
Flew
crazy how
by.
time flies, huh?
Yeah, dude.
This is a great talk. I appreciate you guys coming on here, and we can
course.
do
Thanks
it
for having
again.
us, bro. I'm
Yeah, of
down.
course. Yeah. Come on whenever all you got to do is let me know. That's all it is. Anyone listening, anyone watching, just let me know. And if I have the space, you can come on most of the time. I promise you I'll have the space. So thank you guys again. Thank you all for watching and listening, and I'll see you all next time. Go Suns.